Hello guys, welcome. BO6. This will be the first and hopefully not the last. In this video, we're going to be talking about minor, major augments, the perks, the ammo mods, and field upgrades in this game. Now, I have put at least 272 hours into this freaking game, camo grinding like a madman. And some of the research, as you can see, these three, along with these, like 4, Shadow Rift, this, and this. So I kind of left those on purpose, but I already know what they do. So I'm going to go and break it down for you guys piece by piece in regards to the augments, how they work, etc, etc, etc. Some people are, or as I say, most people have the game, some don't. Trying to figure out how these augments work when it comes to major and minor. As you can see, got these done, got these 3 remaining. As you can see, I got Shadow Rift, last one to go on the ammo mod, and I got field upgrades, these 4. So I'm just gonna go piece by piece in order for you guys to understand how these things work. Now, I'm just gonna go to the research part right here, and as you can see, Juggernog, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, Deadshot Daiquiri, Quick Revive, Elemental Power, PhD Flocker, and the new perk, Bailey Macchiato. If I were to go to it now, when you go to the equip part when it comes to the perks, as you can see, when it comes to these perks, you have minor and major. Now, when it comes to Juggernog, we all know, increase maximum health. In this system, there's a difference when it comes to major, augment, and minor. You got 3 major and you have 3 minor. You only could choose one of the 3. That applies to all. But which one you choose, you have to play how it actually is. I got probiotic on mine because it slightly increases your maximum health with Juggernog. So instead of 250, you get 300. Now this one here, Turtle Shell, as you can see here, it says armor acts as a shield on your back. Technically, when you think of the shield, what do we think about? BO2, BO3, when you put the shield on, it's on your back. It absorbs damage to the back, damage to your back. No damage mitigation when you get hit from the front. So you take front damage, obviously, because you got nothing to protect your front. And of course, you have reactive armor. When an armor plate breaks, nearby normal enemies are stunned for a short time. These 2 are not needed. I like using probiotic. Turtle Shell can be useful, but having more health, especially in this game, considering how the zombies hit you so many times, you're going to need to have that increase of maximum health. Now to the minor augments now. You got retaliation, hardened plates, and durable plates. I like running hardened plates because armor plates have more damage mitigation. So this is better. Alright? This one here, it has slightly increases armor durability. But hardened plates is better. So I roll with hardened plates. Now I'm gonna go to Stamina Up. Same thing applies here, minor and major. I like using Free Faller because you become immune to fall damage. Considering there are 2 maps, falling at a certain distance, you take damage. When you have this major augment on, you're immune to all that. As far as with minor, I like using Hard Target. Hard Target, when tactical sprinting, projectile damage is reduced. All these manglers that they keep spamming at you, like to shoot their projectile when it comes to their cannon arm, while you're moving, even if you take damage, it's not going to be full damage. It'll be less. Alright? Now, Speed Cola. Reload weapons and replate armor faster. And all that, we already know what Speed Cola does. I got Supercharge on, which my field upgrades recharge a bit faster. And for my minor, I like using Fast Pitcher. You deploy your equipment faster. Swapping weapons faster, not needed. The mystery box, I mean, look, man, it is what it is. If it settles faster, so what? If you get the ray gun or if you get the beam smasher, fine, so be it. You don't need speed on speedy roulette. I like using fast pitcher. Move on to the whole dead shot. This is where you need dead shot the most because going on this camo grind, you need to land your headshots. And Deadshot Daiquiri in this game is, I believe, better than Cold War. Because as you see right here, dead first, which is I like to run. You deal double critical damage if an enemy is at full health. You technically take them down to at least 70 to 75% of their health gone. All you need to do is wipe out the 25 and they're dead. Unless you're dealing with the amalgam, if you're dealing with manglers, because again, they got armor on as far as with their helmet, and you're dealing with the abomination. Everyone else, especially when it comes to the zombies, they're dead. Now, as far as with the armored zombies, you gotta take off their armor, then you shoot their head, boom, boom, they're dead. Alright, so I got dead first, and I have dead break. Increased damage to armor pieces. So those armored zombies, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing more damage to them. Alright, dead draw, not needed. Reduce gov movement while doing advanced movement, not needed. Some people like running dead head for the increases critical damage. Dead first is better. You have here, which is dead again, which is critical hits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. Not needed. Not needed. So dead first. We move right along to quick revive. Now, quick revive is different in this game. All right, it's different in this game. Since I like playing with either with my friends or I play with randoms, you know, reviving an ally allows them to keep all perks on their bleed out bar. I'm gonna roll with that. If I was solo, however, one of these two are interchangeable. I'm gonna talk more into detail when it comes to these two right here. All right. Now, equivalent exchange. If you have quick revive on while down, killing an enemy will revive you and remove quick revive. This can be done 3 times. All right. Then you have dying wish. Some people said dying wish is better. Slightly better. I put it slightly better just from this aspect. On lethal damage, that is really a huge question mark because what is lethal damage in regards to zombies hitting you for that, right? So on lethal damage, you become immune to all damage for 2 seconds. You keep 1 point of health. Quick revive is removed on use. Okay, so use dying wish on the lethal damage. Immune to all damage for 2 seconds, and you keep 1 point of health. All right, so in regards to you keeping, as in this one right here, this can be done up to 3 times. This one, it removes quick revive on use. So it's like, okay, lethal damage, boom, such and such, 2 seconds, 1 point health. You could roll with either one of these, to be honest with you, because they both do like the same thing, but they're interchangeable. Quick revive is gonna be removed, right? And this could be done up to 3 times when it comes to the equivalent exchange. All right, so you're sacrificing quick revive for you to get back up. All right, but I like to run EMT. As far as with minor augment, I'm using swift recovery because reviving an ally increases both your movement speeds for a short time. This is different from Cold War. Normally when you revive somebody, you have some insane movement speed for much longer. This one is shorter. All right. Now, as far as with these two right here, there's another there's a field upgrade, as we all know, that talks about the whole bleed out bar, as you see with the EMT. I'll get to that. Now, I haven't fully researched Elemental Pop, but we all know what it does. Attack and trigger random ammo mods, right? You have citrus, focus, imperial peach, and you have electric cherry. Technically, electric cherry is another perk. They just put it as a major augment, right? Reloading creates electric damage discharge that damages and stuns nearby normal zombies. The more empty the magazine, the stronger the damage. I'm gonna apply this. That's just me. Now, we also have what I'm gonna put on is chill berry. Slightly reduce all ammo mod cooldowns. All of them. Pineapple blast. I could use vulnerable beam if I'm dealing with a whole bunch of manglers. If I have to deal with manglers throughout the time, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go deep into this. Let me put this on, because what this does is that it slightly increase enemy elemental weakness damage. So since manglers are weak to fire, oh yeah, this will increase that. You are more vulnerable to this, so you'll die that much quicker. All right. So that's elemental pop, PhD flopper. I'm gonna be putting PhD slider, and I'm gonna have tribololis. Slightly sliding distance and speed are increased, and of course with PhD slider, when you slide into enemies, it triggers the explosion. Simple. We already know what PhD flopper does. The new melee the new melee perk here, melee macchiato. I'm gonna put on espresso because of the fact that when you have this on, all melee attacks are slightly faster, which is good, especially if you have the knife. You're gonna be swinging like a madman. And then on top of that, I could either roll with hidden impact or strength training. But hidden impact, to me, personal preference, is better because melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon. Alright? So we covered the perks. Know what it is. We're gonna go to the ammo mods. Now, right off the bat, in this game, Napalm Burst is the best ammo mod in the game. Best in the game, not even close. Brain Rot took a huge step back. Right? It has Plague, Pheromone, and Big Game. I have Plague here. The charmed enemy has a chance to turn other enemies. You don't need Big Game, because just by this alone, I've been able to charm the manglers, and they just go around killing things. So it's like, it is what it is. Now, Brain Rot in this game, the person that the zombie that gets brain rotted, they are still alive. In Cold War, they die. So when you think that mangler that's running around being brain rotted, he's still gonna be alive. So excuse me. So brain rot is not what it used to be. But just for the sake of this, I have Plague and I have Extension on, so that the brain rotted zombies or the elites could stay out there a little bit longer. So that's brain rot. Now we have cryo freeze. I got ice cloud on mine. Enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a cloud that slows enemies. And I also have extension on, which slightly increases the slow duration. Okay. Now I move on to Dead Wire. Dead Wire in this game, just by animation, Lightning Strike. If you haven't seen Lightning Strike in this game, it's like a huge thunder coming from the damn sky, striking everything. It stuns the zombies, it stuns the elites, even the Abomination. I was able to catch him with it, and he was stuck. Okay? So I have Lightning Strike on my Dead Wire to go along with Haste. Dead Wire cooldown is slightly reduced. Napalm Burst, I have big game on mine. Because this still triggers no matter who it is. Now this one here, it said burn enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. If you want to do the damage over time effect on the other zombies, go right ahead. You could use Firebomb, but I like using big game and extension. Increases the burn duration. Now Shadow Rift, I haven't researched this, but if I was rolling with it, I would use big game, and then I would also use haste for the whole cooldown effect. But all in all, Shadow Rift is not all that good. Especially since, what, I believe maybe the Abomination is weak to it, but I seriously doubt it. I'd rather just roll with, you know, just end up using Napalm Burst, Dead Wire. The Amalgam is weak to Dead Wire. The Mangler, he's weak to fire. The Abomination, however, he's weak to fire, but I've also seen people use Brain Rot as far as dealing toxic damage to him over time. I mean, honestly, I would stick with Napalm Burst and Deadwire if you were to ask me. Alright? So those are the ammo mods. I'm going to go to the field upgrades right now, because this is the part right here in which I will be talking about when I get to it. Now, as far as with Energy Mine, you have Scatter, Turret, and Carousel. Now, I will have Scatter along with Extra Charge if I was using Energy Mine. These other two is for you to like really play around, because instead of detonating, Energy Mine becomes a turret that shoots targets one at a time. So if they get close, they start to shoot at them. Fine, cool. 3 energy mines will float around you, detonating when an enemy is nearby. So again, it'll detonate if a zombie gets too close. So I would just have Extra Charge, Frequency Boost, and Siren. I mean, even Siren, I mean, look at this. Energy Mine attracts nearby normal enemies for a short time. Okay, I mean, damn. I'd rather just have Extra Charge and then just use Scatter. Alright, just leave it at that. Now, Frenzy Guard, you could actually have it to where it has the effect of Ring of Fire from Cold War. So, you could have Frenzy Fire, while Frenzy, use ammo from the stock. Alright? But you won't get no increased damage output like Ring of Fire, but it acts like it. And then you also could roll on Extension, which increases Frenzy Guard's duration. Now me, you see allies also repair armor from kills while near you. Retribution, however, it triggers an explosion on action. Normal enemies that melee you are damaged and knocked down. So they're going to come into contact with you anyway. But see, just by the description, you can see it says repair armor to full and forces enemies in the area to temporarily target you. Armor takes all damage during this time. Right? So, just by activation, your armor is going to be your health for the period of time. I would rather just go Frenzy Guard. Retribution, I don't need an explosion. And I don't need allies to repair armor while they're near me, because most of the time they're away from me anyway. So what's the point of having Phalanx? I'd rather just have Frenzy Fire to go along with Extension. I mean, Repair Boost repairs more armor per kill. That doesn't even make sense. Your armor's already full once you activate Frenzy Guard. So what's the point of having Repair Boost? I'd rather just have the Extension and call it there. Now, Dark Flare, which is our new field upgrade. You have Extension, slightly increases Dark Flare's duration. You have Supernova, you have Dark Impact, Dark Pact. You have Broaden Beam, Heavy Shadow, and Extra Charge. Now, as far as with Minor Augment, I'd rather have another charge on me. And as far as with Major, The beam is replaced with a sphere that damages nearby enemies as it travels. The ball detonates at the end of Dark Flare's duration. The beam heals and revives other players on contact. This is if I'm rolling with a squad, right? So just from that alone, I would rather just have extension and have extra charge. Now, you can increase the size of the beam, or the beam slows enemies on contact. This I would use on the Amalgam. If it works on him, I'm using it on him. That's just me. All right. Now, Healing Aura. This is the field upgrade that I'm going to talk to you guys about, because remember we talked about Quick Revive, and those two major augments are interchangeable: Dying Wish and Equivalent Exchange. Let's see if I can look for it here. As it says right here, Resilience. All affected players have their health regen delayed and reduced, and their rate of healing increased temporarily. That's the first major augment. On top of that, that's the one that's been unlocked for me. The beams and their healing effect persist for a short time after leaving the area of effect. Revived players keep all perks on their bleed out. Right? This is for group play. Now, when it comes to the perks in this game, that bleed out bar that you see, and it shows your 3 perks. Your 3 perks are your backbone. All of the others, you will lose it if you go down. Okay? The only way you're getting back all of those other perks is if you go to the Wonder Fizz machine in Liberty Falls. All right? That's the only way. And then, of course, the minor augment here for Healing Aura, you have Inner Strength. Affected player damage is slightly increased for a short time. Not needed. You have Protection. Healed players have damage slightly mitigated for a short time. So, of course, you taking less damage. Stoic Persistence. Presence. On activation, special and elite enemies are stunned while normal enemies are knocked down. This is actually good, because once you activate it, whoever's around you, most of the time it's going to be zombies anyway, they're going to get knocked down. If it's an elite, they're going to be stunned. So that is good to have. So if I was running Healing Aura, I'm running Stoic Presence, right? And I'm going to be probably running either Persistence or Resilience. Endurance, Radiance. If I'm playing with players, to be honest with you, that just keep going down so goddamn much, then I'll use Endurance, Radiance. But it's either Persistence or Resilience. Alright? So, those are it for the Healing Aura. And last, but certainly not least, the best field upgrade in the game is Ether Shroud. Just like Cold War, when I said Ether Shroud is the best field upgrade in that game, is the same thing here too. Ether Shroud. I have Group Shroud, mainly because I be playing with a group. Alright? If it was just me alone, I'm running Void Sheath. What is this? You swap to your dedicated melee weapon as it's imbued with dark ether energy. Kills allow you to stay in the ether for longer. And of course, the minor augment, I just increased that bastard by 1. Because that's how it was in the original. You had 2 charges, I'm going to get my 2 charges. Now, you could have extension on, duration is slightly increased, along with Void Sheath, but you will only have 1 charge, not 2. That's the interchangeable part when it comes to Ether Shroud in this game. You could have it increased, or you could increase your charge by 1. Now, if I want to go old school Ether Shroud, I would have Burst Dash. The difference with this one is that you walk forward a short distance and you will kill normal enemies in your path. You couldn't do that in the original. All right? But in this one, yes, you could kill them. But just for the sake of me playing with others, I have Group Shroud to go along with Extra Charge. Just in case I need to use it again. Alright? So that pretty much covers field upgrades, ammo mods, and perks in this game. They act different because you have more stuff to play with. Dark Flare, as far as with a field upgrade, it can be useful, but I just stick with Ether Shroud. That's why I built it first and kept it that way. Ammo mods, Napalm Burst, Dead Wire. Those are the two backbones in the game. Alright? And as far as with perks, the standard is just right there. I have these there. Once I'm done with these, all of them will be done. Thank goodness. Alright? So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a good bit, but trust me, it's going to benefit those who don't understand how this game works. It will be beneficial in the long run. All right. So let me know what you think as far as with this video. Let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys out in the next video.